chances are that you're going to try to recite the steps from your head. And chances are that if you use those steps the way you've recited them, the food will not come out the way it used to come out in your house.
Are we really doing it because of the impact of COVID on our GDP? I don't think so. Our economy has been stressed for a while. Even if you look at the debt to GDP before the COVID, we are 77%. That means that when we add everyone's money in Ghana here, when we sell everything in Ghana, we are going to lose 77% of its value. Yeah, that's it. And it's serious. And right now we are in the 80s and the country is really stressed. Let's put it that way.
So let me still use the recycling example. Imagine that the gentleman wanted to, document or automate or use technology to improve his recycling process. The old school of thought will say, take pen and paper and start writing down the steps one by one. The upgraded school of thought will say, open Word documents and start typing it one by one. My school of thought, after over 10 years of trying to do business management and improvement, says take a system that you use to do your business and put those steps in it.
We are saying that this levy is going to bring over $1 billion. However, we have a tax component, the benchmark index. If we should introduce it right now, it's going to bring over $1 billion. So it really doesn't make sense. This is a tax that is going to affect poor people, which we are going to bring innovation down in certain industries, the fintech sector, e-commerce sector, and everybody's complaining. I think this is the best time for us to reconsider our position on this particular levy.
So this is the best way I've seen to integrate your process and your technology. You cannot just go to QuickBooks, and I did that too as an independent consultant. I went to QuickBooks. I opened that. I was doing orishirishi inside different things. That's what orishirishi means. And at the end of the day, I had to still take a step back and say, what am I trying to achieve with this QuickBooks? Because after a while, it was not working.
Yeah, the e-levy is actually a big issue here in Ghana, especially the fintech space, the e-commerce space, and everybody's very worried about how it's actually going to impact these industries. But before we actually get there, let's look at the fiscal environment in Ghana. When we talk about the fiscal environment, we are talking about how government manages its revenue and expenditures. In terms of revenue, governments mostly get their revenue from taxation and borrowing. So yeah, mostly direct and indirect taxes. Then in terms of expenditures, they mostly spend on salaries, paying their debts, then maybe buildings, other things, other corporate expenditures they have to make. But truth be told, as a country, we are not generating enough revenue. And I think this levy is looking to bridge the gap, bring in a lot more people. But the timing, we don't feel the timing is right.
Now, it's a good thing to do a lot of things, but it comes with its downside. And the downside is that your business becomes complex, and complexity always births operational risk. You cannot, there is no way, I see as a certified and practicing black belt, which is the second to the highest level of process management and improvement, right? Complexity breeds errors and issues.
So let me just go through the data. In Ghana, our total population is 30.8 million. The total registered taxpayers is just 2 million. So that means we have just about 5 to 10% of the population taking the burden of everyone in the country. We can't continue this way. The number of corporate taxpayers is just 45,109. Self-employed, we have 54,364 out of a population of 30 million people.
All right, thank you, Kenneth. I just want to say well done to everybody that is out there trying to do business. As a former 9-to-5 and / business owner, I understand that it's not easy, right? But what I'm going to leave you with is that direction is always superior to speed. I'm going to say that again. Direction is always, not sometimes, is always superior to speed. So it's okay to spend some time having direction.
Many times, the person who is accomplishing something awesome may not necessarily be able to communicate to you how they did it.